Do you know what? I might put some gel eye pads on. That is a good idea from me. Where are they? Oh, they're in the bathroom there with. So let's start properly, shall we? Hello everybody, good morning. Oh, it's not morning anymore really, is it? It's the afternoon. This was one of the requested videos to do a get ready with me Q&A, and today is actually the first day that I can leave the house after my 2-week quarantine. So what better time to do it than now? So I'm going to pop on my eye masks just because my eyes are a little bit puffy. I mean, when are they not puffy, and when do I not have bags? Never. So I'm going to pop them on and let them work their magic while I sort out my makeup for the day. I probably have only put makeup on twice in the last 2 weeks. So this could be interesting. So I've got my little box, and I'm going to decide what I want to put on my face today. I'll just get out a few of the basics that I want to wear. I think I'm going to go for a CC cream today. I am still the darker shade, which is really exciting, because of obviously holiday. So I'm now light rather than fair. We're going to go like pretty natural, but I still want to feel and look fabulous. So I might do a little bit of eyeliner today. Okay, so that's good for now. I don't think I want my eyeliner. I'm going to show you something that I was doing on holiday that I'm absolutely obsessed with, and for that I actually need this palette as well, I think. Yeah, this palette. So I'm going to leave this on my face and just sort out my crap basically. But I have got some questions on the phone, just so that you can kind of get to know me a bit more. To all of you who have subscribed to me, thank you so much. Like, it literally means the world to me. I thought I'd let you in a little bit and answer some questions that will allow you to get to know me a little bit more. So I've got my latte with oat milk. If you haven't tried oat milk in your coffee or hot chocolate, then you need to give it a go, especially hot chocolate. Oat milk hot chocolates are insane, especially the prepped hot chocolate with oat milk. You just can't fault it, really. I'm just going to go wet my beauty blenders and then I shall be back. If you could see my setup right now, I'm actually laughing at myself. You can tell I'm not professional. But I've put my ring light on so that it's a bit better lighting. Like if I show you what it was like before, just a bit dull. So I've put my ring light on. I'm now going to take my gel eye masks off. I'm just going to pat the excess like so. You can see that it's actually reduced my puffiness so well. I'm happy with that. Okay, and whilst I let that sink in a little bit more, I'm going to go in with my primer. So the first question I've got is, have you ever met someone famous? I've met quite a few sports personalities because a few years back, I think it was like 5 years ago now, I went to this, I think it was like a golf thing. I went with my nan because she loves golf, and I went with my mum, and basically pro golfers team up with celebrities and they play like a charity golf thing. So I went to that, and there were the likes of Niall Horan, Jamie Redknapp, like loads of footballers were there. And I met Jamie Redknapp, I met Deck from Ant and Dec, obviously, Rory McIlroy, like quite a few people. Got like photos with them. They were super nice, and it was a really good day actually. I've also met Amy Charles from Towie. I went on a hen do to Essex and we went into her shop and she was actually there. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not really, where I used to be so bothered when I was like a massive One Direction fan. I used to be so bothered about meeting them, and now I'm just like, if you run into them, yeah, but at the end of the day, they're normal people just like us, and I think when they get people bombarding them, they can't go about their normal day, so I'm not really bothered about it. And that brings me on to my next question, which is, would you like to be famous? And while I answer that, I'm going to pop on my CC cream over the top of my primer because it's all sunk in. And I've got, like I said, the shade Light in this. And what I do is I just pop some onto my finger. You really don't need a lot of this. And then I dab it on my face. And then what I like to do is actually blend it in with a brush and then go over it with a beauty blender. So the brush I use is actually from Eco Tools. It's just a flat top buffing brush, I guess. And I'm gonna get my mirror out. So yeah, I don't think I would like to be famous because I feel like they do constantly have people watching them. They don't get much of like a private life, and I don't like the idea of that. As much of an extrovert that I am, like I love socializing, I love doing new things, going out, being adventurous, I don't think I'd like the fact that I'm constantly being watched and followed. In fact, no one likes that, and I know that a lot of celebrities don't like that. So yeah, I wouldn't like to be famous. This blends so nicely, and it actually is a concealer as well, but I do like to go on top with like a proper concealer. And then I'm gonna grab my Real Techniques beauty blender, and when you kind of pat it in with a beauty blender, it soaks up that excess that you don't need on your skin. Okay, next question is, if you could live anywhere, where would that be? This is such a hard question. For years and years, ever since I've taken a liking for filmmaking and cinematography, I have dreamt of living in America, like LA, Hollywood, because that's where it all kind of happens. I'm just going in with my concealer now. That's where all the big movies are made and stuff like that. Obviously, like, I'd love to give it a go. I've heard so many negative connotations about living in LA or California or anywhere like that, or even America in general. Just obviously because I live in England, we get free healthcare, just stuff like that that you don't get in America. Obviously, if my career takes me there, I'm not gonna turn down the opportunity. Like, you've got to try it, you can't knock it until you try it. That's one of my favourite sayings. Like, if I go out for food, I'm always one to try new things, but I know so many of my friends and family, like, I don't want to try anything new, and they're like, I don't like that, and I'm like, well, have you tried it? And they say no, and I'm like, well, you can't knock it then until you try it. So yeah, LA is one place that I would love to experience living. I don't think I'd want to live in Europe, just because I think it's very similar to the UK. If I was to move anywhere, it would be to a different continent. So America, one of them. I'm open to try anywhere really, but I think for my job and the opportunities that I want, then America is the place I need to kind of be. Obviously, I love living in England. There's so many different kinds of places that you can visit. So you've got cities, and then not far from the cities you have countryside. And when I get my own place eventually, I would like to live in the country but still be accessible to London or a city like Manchester, Liverpool, because obviously, again, cities is where I need to be close to in order to kind of have my dream job in filmmaking. But I wouldn't want to live in a city. First of all, that's expensive, and second of all, you can't get, like, unless it was like a flat. I wouldn't want a flat, I wouldn't want to rent anywhere, I'd want to buy, and to buy in London is crazy expensive. So somewhere in the countryside. I'm just setting with a translucent powder. I say setting, I'm more like, I'm gonna bake for like the tiniest amount of time. Put it on anywhere I get super shiny. So yeah, that's my answer to like where in the world, if I could live anywhere, where would it be? Okay, so I've just used the setting translucent powder from Arbonne, of course, and then I'm gonna brush that away with the pressed powder. And I'm going to use this brush from Real Techniques. It's the Duo Fibre Face Brush, and I'm just gonna brush away the excess powder and then set the rest of my face. Okay, another question. Have you ever been in snow? Yes. so live in England, we occasionally get snow on the odd year. Normally we get it in February time. I think we've actually had it in March at one point, which is weird. But yes, I love snow. Ideally, I would absolutely love to live somewhere that is hot in the summer and then gets snow in the winter. So favourite type of holiday? This is such a hard question because I absolutely love all types of holidays. So I love a city break and I also love a relaxing sunny holiday. I honestly couldn't pick between the two. Each year I try to do one of each. So this year we've obviously just been to Turkey, and then in December myself and James have booked a holiday to Budapest for a long weekend. I like to experience the city, I like to sightsee, but I also like the idea of just sitting in a villa with a pool and just enjoying peace and quiet, because obviously when you're in a city it's all go go go, like you want to get as much done as possible. So I like to kind of even out the two. I'm just going to go in with a bronzer now, this one here in the Starlight Glow palette from Arbonne, and a Real Techniques. I think this is like a tapered face brush or something, but it's rubbed off, it's that old. So last year we went to Disney World. So annoyed I didn't have a channel then. I did actually, like, I wouldn't say vlog, I filmed it. It's just taken me so long to get around to actually editing it, and obviously I didn't speak in many of the clips because it was more of like a video, the parks, just like the images, and then I'm going to place music over it. So I don't know how that would go. Like, if you do want it, then leave a comment down below if you want to see my Disney World. Obviously we went to every park. We went for 2 weeks. We don't get to go often. The last time I went I was, how old was I? 2006, so I was 8 years old, and I don't remember a load of it, and a lot changed from the 2 times that I went, so I don't really get to go often. So when I went last year I was like, I do want to film it, but I wasn't confident enough to actually talk. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of blush on as well, and I'm going to use the Duofiber contour brush from Real Techniques. And in the same palette I'm just going to go in with the blush, which is called Moonstone. So loads of people like bringing it all the way up their cheek, and I think I'm going to start doing that because it can look a little bit unnatural if you just put it on the apples. And this one does actually act as like a little highlighter as well. They're like my holidays that I've experienced. I've been loads of places. I've been really lucky to visit so many places in the 22.5 years that I have been around. I've been to Spain, France, been to Turkey, which is classed as Asia. I've been to America. I've been all over the place basically. When I was 18, my first holiday, I was 18 months old, I went to Ibiza. I'm just gonna pop on some highlighter. I'm using a cream highlighter today. So yeah, that's like my holiday experience. I don't have a favourite type of holiday. I love all kinds of holiday. And when I was younger, I actually, every October half term, we used to go down to Cornwall for the week, and they were, most of my memories are from those holidays. We went with my godparents, so there were 6 of us that went, my sister, me, mum, dad and my godparents, and the memories we made are just insane. And when we stopped going it was really sad, and now that we're kind of older, it's one of those things that I do want to, like, it's one of those things that I would do with my kids, because I just think the memories that you make are insane on those kind of holidays. So yeah, I've just popped on cream contour, not cream contour, cream highlight, and I probably will now go over the top of it with the setting brush by Real Techniques. I'll go over it with the, in that palette again, the Stardust highlighter. Do my nose and Cupid's bow. Do you like scary movies? I absolutely love scary movies, always have. There's never been a time in my life where I don't. Like, I don't know what it is, it's just the thrill of being scared, although I absolutely crap myself. It's the same with if you go to like Thorpe Park on Fright Night, or you go to like, there was this, when I was at uni, there was this thing called Farmageddon, where they turned a farm into like a horror experience, and I loved going to that. I just love being scared. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the adrenaline or the thrill of being scared. I just oddly really enjoy it. So yeah, I do like scary movies. I'm very picky with my scary movies though, so I think this is quite a popular opinion, but when It came out, I went to watch it in cinemas and I wasn't scared at all. Like, they could have made it so much scarier than they did. They almost made it more comical, which I didn't like because it's meant to be, the original It is really scary, and the fact that they kind of changed it I wasn't a fan of. I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows with my Shape It Up brow pencil. Only a little bit because I do have them microbladed. I just want to make them a little bit darker. So yeah, and then that brings me on to the question of, do I like roller coasters? Yes, I absolutely love roller coasters. Again, it's the adrenaline, just being on a roller coaster. Although every time, the first time I'd go on one, so I went to Thorpe Park not long ago, the first ride that you go on is always the most terrifying, but once you've got that out of the way, you're fine. But yeah, I absolutely love them. So when we went to America, every chance I got, I was on those rides. Have you ever cried at a film? Yeah. I am so emotional. I don't know what it is. Like any TV show I watch, like DIY or anything like that, I cry. I don't know what it is. I think it's just being a girl, but I literally cry at everything. One thing that does stick in my brain, the film that I cried at the most is A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. If you haven't watched it, you need to go watch it. It's one of the best films I think I've ever watched, and it's my favourite, one of my favourite musicals. I love the songs. I look like the soundtrack is insane, and I absolutely bawled my eyes out. And the worst thing was, I was on the plane to America and I was bawling my eyes out, and everyone was looking at me like, "Are you okay?" So yes, I have cried at many films, but that's one that really sticks in my head that I cried at. Some of them are happy tears, some of them are sad tears. Like Disney films, I'll always cry at because they make me so happy. I bloody love a Disney film. Right, so that's like my base. I'm now going to do my eyes. So I'm just going to pop on my P. Louise base. Okay, I'm back. I had to let my camera cool down. Anyone else's camera do that? After a while it says it's too hot and it can't record in like good quality, so I have to let it cool down for a bit. Any camera recommendations, let me know. I've got the Canon EOS M100. Ruined my tripod. I have popped the shade WOS all over my lid and then the shade Naked 2 in my crease. And this is the trick I like to do. So using the shade Faint, I get an angled eyeshadow brush. This is the Definer brush by Real Techniques. And I get some on my brush and then I create a wing, and it's just a really soft brown wing. I basically just love it. I can't talk while I do this either. And then I'm just going to take the shade Venus and pop it on my inner corner. So yeah, the next question I think was, do you get on with your siblings? So I have got one sibling. I have an older sister. She's 3 years older than me. We literally get on like a house on fire. She's like my best friend. However, when we were little, not so much. She actually, fun story, she once dislocated my elbow because she was swinging me round so hard and then my elbow like popped out. Don't remember it because I was so young, but that's a funny story of the day. I'm just gonna curl my lashes. We are so close now. She moved out when I moved to uni, so for the past 4 years we've got on so well, and I think it's because we've had distance from each other. We've actually been able to appreciate each other a lot more. But now literally I help her at work, we're always texting each other. I'm just gonna set my face. I'm probably going to be putting a mask on today, so I don't want it to move about anywhere. And I'm using the Refreshing Finishing Spray from Arbonne. The mist is so fine, like so fine. So all I need to do now is my mascara, and then we're going to be done. It's the Speak Volumes mascara. Like, look how insane that mascara is. Eyes done. Now I just need to do my lips, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Pillow Talk. Oh, I think James has just got home. And then I'm going to put the Fenty lip gloss on top of it. Okay, so that's the lip liner. And then the gloss. And there we go. That is my finished makeup. I just need to sort my hair out and get dressed, and then we'll be done. So I'm done, I'm ready for the day. I actually decided to leave my hair because I washed it this morning. I'm just gonna let it air dry. And then I have got my new jumper from, oh god, I can't remember where it's from. Pretty Little Thing. This is the one that I put in my haul. I've got my Joni jeans on from Topshop, and then my white high top Converse. And then jewellery, I've got on these 3 are Pandora. This one is from a lady that in Turkey. I've had this for years. And then I've got new ones on this hand. I've got my Pandora ones, and then the teardrop ring I got in Turkey. I just fell in love with it and it looks really cute. So yeah, I've also painted my nails. Went for an autumnal colour. I've just got some pearl earrings in, and I've got my St. Christopher on my neck, and that is that. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me and getting ready with me today. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!